we've got another little discussion to have. It was great to see K-State pick second to win the Big 12 this year. But I'll tell you right now, K-State should be the favorite. And beyond K-State, Oklahoma State, and Utah, you could even throw Arizona in that because they could be. But beyond those will be probably the top three teams. KU's going to be up there with them if they have a great season. I think that KU could very well be anywhere from 3 to 8. There's either they're going to do really, really good or they're going to have just a mediocre season. KU has a lot of potential. They really, really do. But they're not on the level of K-State, and Utah, and Oklahoma State. They really aren't. And you never know. Again, the Big 12 has so many amazing teams that who in the world knows? UCF could show up as a college football playoff contender. You never know what's going to happen during the season. And the Big 12 is so stacked from the top to the bottom that any team could have an amazing season. But I will tell you who will not have as good of a season as they think. I've said this before, and I will continue to say it. Colorado does not have a snowball's chance in hell of competing for a Big 12 championship this year. Next year, maybe. We'll see how they mesh together and how the outside distractions and everything else affects them throughout the season. But I think at this point in time, that stuff is too much on them right now. Yes, they are building a great program. They have a lot of talent and a great coach that could do wonderful things in the Big 12. But I do not believe that the Big 12 will allow Colorado to have a great year. I honestly don't believe that. I think that every single game they play in the Big 12 this year is going to be an absolute dogfight, and the Big 12 is going to be looking to whoop up on Colorado because of just all of the social media distraction and just extra bull that's going on with that program. And again, it's not that Colorado is a bad program. It's just the outside stuff makes it so hard for you to want to root for this team. Having said that, again, as I've said before, and I will say again and again and again, Colorado is a Big 12 team. I will defend them no matter what. But I will say, Colorado really doesn't have much of a chance in the Big 12 this year. Yes, I believe they have talent, and they very well could have a great season this year. But I don't see it happening. The Big 12 is just so darn tough that you cannot ignore the possibility that they maybe win 3 games in the Big 12. It's a possibility. I'm not going to say they're going to lose every Big 12 game because they're not going to lose every single Big 12 game. But every single Big 12 game for Colorado is going to be incredibly tough on this team. Again, you never know what could actually happen during the season. But I honestly believe that Colorado is not going to live up to the hype that they keep promoting themselves to have. And the media is not helping them because the media putting Shedeur Sanders as the number 1 player in the Big 12. Shedeur Sanders is not the number 1 player in the Big 12. He's not even the 3rd best quarterback in the Big 12. I mean, honestly, that's not a knock on Shedeur Sanders because he has talent. But he's not even the third best quarterback in the Big 12, and it's not even close. Avery Johnson is atop that list no matter how you rank the ones below him. Avery Johnson is the best quarterback in the Big 12 and could show himself as the best quarterback in the entire nation. It's not out of the question. It's not crazy to think about. I just think that having the extra hype that they're getting from the media is not helping their situation. And it's making the Big 12 teams look at them as a joke. And not a joke as in, we're going to take this team lightly because there ain't no way in the world they're going to beat us. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they're going to see this program as a joke, as in, if we lose to this program, that makes us look so bad, it's unreal. No Big 12 team wants that. No Big 12 team is going to allow that without a serious fight, especially your first year coming back to the Big 12. You chose to leave. You came back. We welcomed you back. No problem. You're home in the Big 12. This is where you belong. But you're not the best team in the Big 12. You're not even top 5, honestly. The Big 12 is stacked so high that Colorado, even as a great team and a great program, isn't even in the top 5 in the Big 12. They could be. They have the potential. And I'm not knocking Colorado as a team, as a program, because of what talent they have. I believe they could be a great team and they could show up as a playoff contender. I really believe that. But the Big 12 is not going to allow that this year. It's just the way it is. That's just how it is, honestly. You guys have created this mess, and so it's time for you to clean it up. You created this storm. It's time for you to march through it. And honestly, they have potential that they could make it through just fine. They really could. It's not out of the question to see them win 8 games in the Big 12. But I do not believe that this year. The Big 12 is so competitive, and our teams take so much pride in how we play that we cannot, as Big 12 teams, we cannot allow Colorado to have a great year this year. And I'm not saying that they can't or couldn't, because they can and they could have a great year where they win 8 or more games. But in my opinion, the Big 12 is going to make it so tough on Colorado because of all of the outside distraction and the whole mess that they've created for themselves, that I believe Colorado may win 3 to 4 games, 5 games in the Big 12 this year. Who knows? Again, you never know. The Big 12 is competitive, and they could show up as a playoff contender, but not this year. And while we're talking about the preseason all Big 12 team, which Shedeur was named number 1 to, I agree with Ollie Gordon being high on that list because he really is one of the most talented running backs in the entire nation. No doubt in my mind, he belongs up there. We'll discuss him in just a little bit. But if you look at this list of the preseason all Big 12 team, there isn't a single Wildcat on that list. And I'm not just upset for K-State, because Devin Neal got left off that list for KU, and I think he's one of the best running backs in the Big 12. He has potential, and he has proved that he is a great, great running back. So I'm kind of offended for a KU player there, but not as much as I am for K-State here. K-State is picked second to win the Big 12, yet we have zero players on the preseason All Big 12 team. It says a lot about our youth, but the fact that we're ranked second to win the Big 12, that says a lot about our talent that we have here in Manhattan. K-State is a great, great football team, and they are going to be. We don't want to spend too much time thinking about these preseason polls and stuff like that, because honestly, this is just to get us excited. And they only post these things to get us excited for college football and to get us talking about it and fighting amongst each other. And that's fine. That's completely fine. We love it. We absolutely love it. We're here for it. But I'll tell you something. They don't mean squat. They don't mean anything. Honestly. They're preseason. They're just numbers. They're just players. You don't know. You haven't played a single game yet. By week 5, Avery Johnson is going to be atop that list. So is DJ Giddens. And so is Dylan Edwards. And I believe Jace Brown could be atop that list as well. Just on the offensive side of the ball for K-State. That's 4 players right there that should be on that list. And there's a lot more K-State players that really, really belong in that conversation. It was just absolute disrespect to see you pick 0 K-State players for the preseason All Big 12 team. And again, this is just hype, and we know you're doing it just to stir the pot and just to get us excited. And it's working, but we're not paying too much attention to that, honestly. Yeah, we'll talk about it, and we'll tell you why you're wrong, but we're not worried about that. Because as K-State fans, almost all K-State fans will tell you, wait until football season. We'll prove it. We don't need to talk a bunch. We can prove it on the field. And I honestly believe K-State will prove it this year. It is not out of the question that they could win out in the Big 12. I'm not going to say, as a fan, I would love to see them win every single game. I don't believe they will go undefeated. I do not believe they will go undefeated. But I absolutely do see a Big 12 championship and a college football playoff spot in their future for this year and the future after that. The excitement is incredible, and we are so, so thankful to be fans of such a great, great program. It is absolutely awesome. One other thing that I want to discuss while we're talking about college football is the fact that Utah was picked number 1 to win the Big 12. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to say they don't belong as number 1. They just got it. They're a great program with a great coach, great talent, and everything like that. After all of the talking your fans have done this offseason, and we get it, it's just friendly banter, and we're here for it. We love the back and forth. We really do. We'll engage in it ourselves occasionally on social media, just for fun. And we know that the Big 12 teams are our family. Every Big 12 program is a family to us, and we love them. But as much as Utah fans have been talking this offseason, getting ready for the year, I don't think that they will win the Big 12. They may finish 3rd, but they will not win the Big 12. And the reason why I hold Oklahoma State, I talk about Oklahoma State a lot because I am an Oklahoma State fan. I really am. But the excitement around the season for Oklahoma State is also incredible. Mike Gundy is an amazing, Hall of Fame worthy coach. Great, great coach. And Ollie Gordon is, in my opinion, one of the absolute best running backs in the entire nation. Not just the Big 12, the entire nation. Oklahoma State has potential here. But something that may affect their season this year, it could be a huge distraction. It could derail the team, which I don't think it will be. I'm hoping that it just gets brushed off and nothing comes of it. I mean, maybe he gets a 1-game suspension, if that, honestly. He'll do his community service and he'll get through this. But Ollie Gordon over the weekend got arrested for a DUI. That's a sad thing to see, man, when you see someone with such great talent get themselves into trouble like that. But I don't think that it will derail Oklahoma State's season. I do not believe that. Again, he may get a 1-game suspension, and that's it. But I do not, it will affect his Heisman hopes, because I believe he could be a Heisman finalist without any doubt. I mean, he is one of the best running backs in the entire nation, hands down. So it may affect his results in the Heisman voting, but I don't think that in terms of being a huge distraction for the team, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I mean, it's a lot better than Bob Huggins and his DUI in West Virginia. So I don't think that it's as big of a deal as what people are making it out to be. But I believe that it's going to be a huge question mark on this season. It really is. They're going to get asked about it at every single press conference. You know that. Everyone's going to ask about the Ollie Gordon DUI. How does he fit back in the team? How do you feel about him? Oklahoma State loves Ollie Gordon. Shut up. They don't want to hear those stupid questions. They really don't. And I will defend them in this because, again, I am an Oklahoma State fan, but it's not that. I'm a Big 12 fan. And something that negatively affects the Big 12, I would rather see them get through this as quickly and quietly as possible and move on and just hope for a great, great football season where they focus on the football that is being played, not the off the field stuff. Man, because it's like Georgia having those players getting that wreck. They basically just kind of swept that under the rug and they don't talk about it. I'm kind of hoping that this is basically that same deal where it just gets swept under and we discuss it for a week and then it's old news. Nobody talks about it. But I do believe that it will affect the thinking of the Heisman voters for Ollie Gordon if he makes it to the finalist voting. And I believe that he has all of the talent in the world to make it to the finalists for the Heisman. It's not out of the question. It really isn't. He has immense talent and is one of the best running backs in the entire nation, not just the Big 12. So I'm really hoping that they get through this and can move on from this as quickly as they can, quietly as they can, without having to deal with a bunch of stupid questions from the media. We've heard it before. Shut up. We don't need to hear any more of it. All right? We've talked about it. It's been discussed. They figured it. I guarantee you they're going to figure it out as a program. They're going to make the best decision for the team. And as a team, they're going to move on. And it's not going to affect their mentality throughout the season. I don't think it will. I think that they will be just fine. Man, This has been exciting, and I thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to go like and subscribe to all of our social pages. Hit us up. Let us know what you think. Until next time, y'all take care now.